Welcome back my YouTube channel Old Coins Collection. Today, we're diving into one very special coin. This coin 1988 10-cent coin from South Africa. Let's find out why. Let's start with the history. The South African 10-cent coin has seen several design changes over the decades. In 1988, South Africa was still under apartheid, and this era produced coins that would later become highly collectible. The 10-cent coin from this period features two protea flowers, a symbol of beauty and diversity, and on the obverse, the portrait of Jan van Riebeeck, a controversial historical figure. What makes 1988 unique? Well, the mintage that year was relatively high, but there are whispers of rare mint errors and proof versions that never made it to circulation. These hidden gems are what collectors go crazy for. Let's zoom into the design. The coin is made of nickel-plated copper, with a reeded edge and a weight of 2 grams. The protea flowers on the reverse are delicately engraved, showing South Africa's national pride. On the obverse is the South African coat of arms or a portrait, depending on the series. Look closely, certain 1988 coins have visible differences in font spacing, flower details, or date alignment. These minor variations can boost the value dramatically, especially if confirmed by experts. Now let's talk money. Why is this coin reportedly worth $87,880? Some versions of the 1988 10-cent coin have been classified as error coins, meaning something went wrong during minting. Examples include double die strikes, off-center errors, or even the wrong planchet type. A verified 1988 error coin or proof strike, especially one that's in mint condition, can sell for tens of thousands of dollars at auction. One such coin, listed at $87,880, drew massive attention on collector forums. That you must always verify these prices with real auction results. Most 1988 10-cent coins are only worth face value or a few dollars, but if you have one in near-perfect condition, it's time to get it graded. Coin grading services like PCGS or NGC can confirm whether you've got something special. If your coin has a rare mint error, it's a game changer. Auction houses and collectors often pay premium rates for authenticated rarities. I always recommend checking eBay, heritage auctions, and local numismatic dealers to compare prices. Remember, condition is everything. A minor scratch can reduce value significantly. Keep your coins in airtight capsules and handle them with care. Some of our viewers have sent in their amazing finds, including a 1988 10-cent coin with a misaligned die that could be worth over $500. If you have a 1988 10C coin, comment below or send a photo to our email. You could be featured in the next video. Let's build a community that helps each other uncover hidden treasures. So, is your 1988 South African 10-cent coin history? This coin South African 1988 5-cent coin was issued as part of South Africa's coin series in the late 1980s. But what makes this particular coin stand out so much? Well, it's not just because of the date. It's a combination of factors like its design, historical significance, and, of course, its rarity. On the obverse side of the coin, we see a portrait of Jan van Riebeeck, who was a key figure in South Africa's colonial history, credited with establishing the first European settlement at the Cape of Good Hope in 1652. This portrait has been a common feature on South African coins for decades. It's a nod to South Africa's deep-rooted history, which collectors appreciate. On the reverse side, we see the iconic protea flower, the national flower of South Africa, and the denomination 5C for 5 cents. The design represents the country's natural beauty and its rich flora, which also adds to the appeal of this coin for collectors. Now, let's take a step back and look at the history behind the 5-cent coin itself. The South African 5-cent coin was first introduced in 1961, replacing the earlier smaller denominations of the pre-1961 South African currency system. In 1988, the country was going through significant political and social changes, which adds another layer of historical significance to this particular coin. In the late 1980s, South Africa was at a crossroads in its history. With the apartheid system still in place, though change was on the horizon. So, when the South African Reserve Bank minted the 1988 5-cent coin, it was not just a piece of currency, it was part of the fabric of a nation in transition. Now, let's talk about the minting of the 1988 5-cent coin. While this coin wasn't initially considered rare or special when it was first produced, its rarity and value have increased over time. The South African Mint produced a significant number of coins in 1988, but there were some interesting variations that began to catch the eyes of collectors. Interestingly, most of the 1988 5-cent coins were minted with a standard finish, but there were a few limited-run coins with specific errors or variations that significantly raised their value. These errors could range from slight misprints on the coin's edge to slight variations in the design elements. And of course, a coin with such a unique history becomes a highly sought-after collectible. Now, let's get to the exciting part, the value. While a typical 1988 5-cent coin is worth just a few cents today, there are certain rare examples of this coin that have sold for incredible prices. One of these coins, with a specific error or rare minting, fetched a whopping $43,230 at auction. How did it get this high? Well, the combination of rarity, historical significance, and demand among collectors drove the price up. When you add a unique feature, like a minting error or a coin that was kept in pristine condition over the years, the value can skyrocket, especially when only a few are known to exist. So, how do you spot a valuable 1988 5-cent coin? The key is to look for imperfections or unique features that make it stand out. Let me walk you through a few things to check for. First, check the edges of the coin for any errors in the minting process. Misalignments, incorrect inscriptions, or unintentional designs can sometimes occur. Next, inspect the coin for any signs of unusual wear. Coins in mint or near mint condition will command a premium. Now that you know how valuable a coin like this can be, what if you're just starting out in the world of coin collecting? Don't worry, I've got you covered. Here are a few tips to help you build your collection and potentially discover coins like this one. And that wraps up today's video on the incredible South African 1988 5-cent coin, worth up to $43,230. Who would have thought that such a small coin could carry such a big value? History__right. If you've enjoyed this video, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe to Old Coin ZE Collection for more fascinating coin stories.